Hello, my dear friends and my dear students. Welcome back. Today, we'll be covering a key topic that is parliamentary committees. Some of you have requested a marathon video on medieval Indian history. I'm working on it and it's coming soon. So, please stay tuned. Also, if you are struggling with any topic, feel free to comment below. I will make videos on such topic. So any topic that you are not understanding, you can give a request to me on the comment below so that I can make short videos for you on that topic. I am here to share my learning and experience from years of UPSC and WBCS preparation. So guys, let's grow together. Now let's start with parliamentary committees, right? So first of all, what is parliamentary committee? We have heard about parliament, we have heard about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, but now what are parliamentary committees, right? So parliament is too burdened to examine all issues deeply. So parliament meets almost 3 times a year. Sessions are held 3 times a year: a monsoon session, winter session, and budget session. So apart from that, there are so many issues that has to be looked upon deeply, and there requires technical or deep understanding, right? So for that deep understanding, parliament doesn't have much time, so they refer these issues to the committees which are created for specific work. Okay, so committees assist in scrutiny and detailed work. Okay, this constitution, Indian constitution mentions committees, but rules of houses define their working. So if question comes in prelims, then we have to say constitution only mentions, okay, only mentions the committees, but the working and the rules are defined by the rules of the houses. Houses means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, right? So definition: committee, obviously appointed, elected or nominated. It can be elected or even nominated by the house or the speaker or the chairman, and they report to the house. Okay, secretariat is given by Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha respectively. Okay, now what are the difference between parliamentary committee and consultative committee? Very important. Parliamentary committees are mentioned in the constitution. Okay, that you have to remember. Mentioned in the constitution. Okay, and the second thing is it fulfills the four conditions, like it is appointed by the house, they report to them, secretariat is here. But consultative committee doesn't have any such facility, right? It is an informal body, and it is a kind of a ministerial body. Under one ministry there is one consultative committee, so it is a ministerial kind of a committee, not a parliamentary committee. This you have to remember. Okay, now parliamentary committees, there are broad classification. There are many parliamentary committees, so there are broad classification. One is standing committee and one is ad hoc committee, right? So standing committee is a permanent one. Okay, every year the members are elected or nominated, but the committees runs continuously. But the ad hoc committees are, as the name suggests, temporary, and it is formed on the basis of some issue, like recently work bill. So it was referred to a ad hoc committee, and after it submitted, that committee submitted the report, this ad hoc committee was abolished. Okay, so likewise, if any other issue comes, bill comes, which have to be scrutinized by a select or a joint committee, then ad hoc committee is set up. And the standing committee, it is a permanent one. Okay, so standing committee, it is divided into 6 categories. Okay, one is financial committees, which are public accounts committee, estimates committee, public undertakings. Departmental standing committees, 24 in number. Okay, departmental means for railway, one committee. For roads and construction related thing, one committee. Likewise, okay. So we'll understand this in better way in the coming video. Committees to inquire, petitions, privileges, ethics, committees to scrutinize and control, government assurances. These all are not important. We have to remember only the important committees. Okay. Now, what are ad hoc committees? As I've already told you, these are temporary and task specific, right? So there are two types. One is inquiry committees and one is advisory committees. Inquiry committees inquire specific subjects like, for example, the conduct of members during president's address, okay, or if there is any ethical issue, okay. Advisory committee select joint committees on bills, like I've already told you on work bill. Recently, one joint committee was formed. Now, joint committee means these are shared by the two houses, okay. These are appointed when House refers a bill for detailed examination. Okay, and joint committees, they involve members from both the houses. We will not go into the details because it will not be asked in the exam, right? It may not be asked in the exam. So, Public Accounts Committee. This is a very important committee which was set up in 1921 under the Government of India Act of 1919. That was Montague-Chelmsford reforms, right? Which aimed to give representative government to India. Under it, the Public Accounts Committee was set up in 1921. So there are 22 members, okay, in Public Accounts Committee. This is one of the financial committees. See, financial committees, we have public accounts, estimates, and public accounting. These three are the one of the most important committees that is repeatedly asked in the examination in UPSC and even in state public service examinations. Now see, 22 members, 15 are from Lok Sabha and 7 members are from Rajya Sabha, and they are elected annually by proportional representation. Okay, proportional representation means how many parties are represented in the house. Likewise, they can select their members. Okay, so proportionally, the percentage of members, proportion of the total number of members in a party will give them how many seats. So that is decided. Okay, this is proportional representation. Ministers are barred from membership. Okay, and chairmen are always from opposition since 1967. So that is a convention. Okay, because earlier till 1967 the chairman was mostly from the ruling party, but nowadays it is from opposition party. It examines the CAG report on public expenditure. It reviews economy, efficiency, propriety. Okay, and functions are advisory and not binding. So Public Accounts Committee, they basically examine the CAG report. Now what is CAG? Comptroller and Auditor General. Okay, CAG means Comptroller and Auditor General, who acts as a guide, friend and philosopher of this committee. CAG acts as a guide, friend and philosopher of the committee. Okay, so basically it reviews the economy, efficiency, propriety of whatever budgetary expenses are being done or whatever demand of grants have been tabled in the parliament. So it sees that. But the problem is, weaknesses are the functions are real advisory and not binding on the government, and no policy review or executive powers are vested in this committee. Next is Estimates Committee. Okay, this also has the origin in 1921, like Public Accounts Committee 1921. Okay, so it was formed post independence in 1950. So it has origin in Standing Financial Committee of 1921, but Estimates Committee per se was formed in 1950 on John Mathai's recommendation. He was finance minister in Sri Nehru's government. So on his recommendation in 1950, estimates committee was set up. So what is estimates committee? Okay, it examines the budget estimates and suggests economic efficiency and reforms. It works throughout the year, but the reports are advisory and not binding. And what is the composition? 30 Lok Sabha members only. 30 Lok Sabha members only. No representation from Rajya Sabha. This is a very important point which could be asked in the exam. Okay, it cannot examine public undertakings. That is one of the weaknesses. Okay, handled by another committee on public undertakings. There is no CAG assistance unlike PAC. Very important point. Limited to selected ministries each year. Okay, so only selected ministries budget estimates is scrutinized each year, not all the ministries, and there is no CAG assistance. This could come in the exam. Nature of work is post-mortem. Basically, after the expenditure has been done, after the, sorry guys, okay, after the expenditure has been done, the scrutiny is done. So it is merely a post-mortem exercise. Now moving forward, Committee on Public Undertakings, the third financial committee of the Parliament or Parliamentary Committee. It was created in 1964 on Krishna Menon Committee's recommendation. Okay, there are 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha, same like Public Accounts Committee. So this we have to remember. The members are elected by the proportional representation. Ministers not eligible. Very important. In any of the committees, ministers are not eligible. Mostly parliamentary committees do not have ministers as the member. Chairman from Lok Sabha members only. Though 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha members, but chairman should be from Lok Sabha only. This is a striking feature here. So you have to star it, mark it. They examine the report, accounts of public undertakings and CAG reports on them, checks if management follows the business principles and commercial practices. Obviously, they will examine the reports of PSUs. Which are PSUs? Like Indian Oil Corporation, Indian Oil Corporation Limited, like Oil India Limited, like BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited. So these are the public sector undertakings. So the finances are reviewed by the Committee on Public Undertakings, and CAG report on public undertakings are also reviewed. Functions are merely advisory like other committees, not binding, and work is post-mortem. Okay, and cannot examine more than 10 to 12 undertakings at a time and lacks technical expertise. Okay, because they are member of parliament and mostly they lack technical expertise. Okay, because we have to know about the company, the finances. Okay, so now we are moving to department related standing committees, which are 24 in number, which was initially 17. It was set up in 1993 on Rules Committee recommendation. Okay, aim is to improve executive accountability, especially financial. So what they do is they examine the demand for grants. Demand for grants means budget demands. Okay, departments like railways, departments like every department, education, okay, Department of Highways, Roads and Highways. Okay, so what they do, they ask money or they demand grants. Okay, because they have to function for the next year. For one financial year, they demand grants. To whom? To the parliament. Okay, so this demand of grants, these demands for grants are scrutinized or examined by department related standing committees. Okay guys, so there are 8 committees which are in Rajya Sabha and 16 committees which are in Lok Sabha. So total 24 committees. And composition, in each committee there are 31 members. 21 are from Lok Sabha and 10 are from Rajya Sabha. They are nominated, not elected. See this, by speaker or chairman. This could well be asked in this year's UPSC exam or any of the state public service examination, because parliament and parliamentary committees are repeatedly in news and in current affairs. See, here also ministers are not eligible and tenure is 1 year. Okay. Next, other important parliamentary committees. One is Business Advisory Committee. Now, why did I mark this committee? Because in this committee, Lok Sabha chairman and Rajya Sabha chairman are, Lok Sabha speaker are the chairman of this committee, okay, respectively. In Lok Sabha, in Business Advisory Committee of Lok Sabha, speaker is the chairman. In Business Advisory Committee of Rajya Sabha, chairman is the chairman, okay. So basically chairman is who? Vice President. Vice President of India is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Okay. So here you have to remember this point. Okay. Even in Rules Committee, you can see Lok Sabha chairman is the speaker is the chairman and Rajya Sabha chairman is the chairman of the Rules Committee, and even same in General Purposes Committees. So these committees are chaired by the presiding officer of that house, who is the speaker in the Lok Sabha or vice president or chairman in the Rajya Sabha. Now, why did I mark this? Because in Committee on Private Member Bill and Resolutions, it is chaired by the Deputy Speaker and it exists only in Lok Sabha. So this point is very important. In Rajya Sabha, there is no separate committee on private members bill. Business Advisory Committee handles this function. Okay, so this you have to remember. Now, consultative committees, I have already discussed. It is attached to ministries or departments and it is chaired by the concerned minister. Parliamentary committees are not chaired by the minister, or minister is not the member, but consultative committees, it is chaired by the concerned minister. Very important. It is a forum for informal discussion between ministers and MPs on government policies and programs. It is constituted by not parliament or speaker or the chairman, but Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs. And membership is voluntary and minimum 10 members, maximum 30 members. Okay. It is dissolved with Lok Sabha dissolution, very important point, and reconstituted after general elections. Okay, so this is not a parliamentary committee, so it is informal and it is extra constitutional body. Extra constitutional body. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content. And if you have any topic you want to cover, drop the topic name, drop the topic name in comment section. Okay, and I will cover it for